This is the solution video for section 7.3, problem number 23. All right, so we have the integral from pi over 4 to pi over 3 of 4 sine of 2 theta plus 6 cosine of 3 theta d theta. All right, so first thing we have to do is we have to recognize we have two things added together inside of an integral, so we're actually going to integrate them separately. All right, so I have integral of 4 sine of 2 theta d theta plus the integral of 6 cosine of 3 theta d theta. All right, so now, of course, the limits, pi over 4 to pi over 3, are the same for both. All right, but now, if I'm going to integrate the first one, I need a u substitution of 2 theta. And if I'm going to integrate the second one, I'm going to need a u substitution of 3 theta. So I'm actually going to have u sub 1 as 2 theta. And then over here, u sub 2 as 3 theta. All right, so when I make that substitution, I'm going to get theta equals pi over 4 to theta equals pi over 3. I'm going to bring the 4 in front, and then I have the sine of u sub 1 d theta. And then plus, I'm going to bring the 6 out front over here, and I have the integral from theta equals pi over 4 to theta equals pi over 3 of the cosine of u sub 2 d theta. All right, so now u sub 1, well, du sub 1 is 2d theta. So I need a 2 with the d theta and a divided by 2 on the outside. Over here, du sub 2 is going to be 3d theta. So I need a 3 with this d theta and a divided by 3 on the outside over here. All right, so on the outside I have 2 integral of the sine of u sub 1 du sub 1. Okay, but now I can also change the limits. So if u is 2 theta, then what is u when theta is pi over 3? 2 times pi over 3, so that becomes 2 pi over 3. All right, the lower limit, 2 times pi over 4, is actually pi over 2. All right, and then plus, over here, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and so I have the integral of the cosine of u sub 2 du sub 2. All right, but then, if theta is pi over 3, u sub 2 is 3 times theta. So 3 times pi over 3 is just pi. And over here, if theta is pi over 4, 3 times pi over 4 is 3 pi over 4. All right, so now two separate integrals to continue to evaluate. All right, so I've got the 2 in front here, and I've got the integral of sine of u sub 1. Integral of sine is negative cosine of u sub 1 evaluated from pi over 2 to 2 pi over 3. Plus 2 times, all right, integral of cosine is sine of u sub 2 evaluated from 3 pi over 4 to pi. All right, so now I have negative 2, which I'm going to multiply by the cosine of 2 pi over 3 minus the cosine of pi over 2. Okay, remember the negative 2 needs to be distributed to that result, plus 2 times the sine of pi minus the sine of 3 pi over 4. And now we just have a little bit of simplification to do from here. All right, so now negative 2 times, all right, what is the cosine of 2 pi over 3? Cosine of 2 pi over 3, so we're in quadrant 2, so cosine is negative, and at pi over 3, it's 1/2. So negative 1/2 minus cosine of pi over 2. Cosine of pi over 2 is 0. Plus 2 times the sine of pi, that is 0, minus the sine of 3 pi over 4, that is the square root of 2 over 2, and it's positive because it's in quadrant 2. All right, so now I have the 0, so negative 2 times negative 1/2 is positive 1, plus 2 times negative root 2 over 2, so the root 2's cancel, so 1 minus root 2.